Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. So in this video we will see how can we design a road from scratch to the end where we will be able to calculate all the earth quantities and display a report. Okay, so here I have data from a section of a road which is in P, E, N, Z and D format. We have already discussed about this in previous tutorial, which was in two parts. So the link will be in the description below where you can go and check it so that you won't have any issues importing your data to Civil 3D. So the data is already formatted. In this video, I will just go through each step that we need to go through to design a road successfully. The details for the design will be discussed in the future tutorials where I will not only explain the core concepts and the design checks that we need to perform in order to comply with the design standards, but also will show you how to customize the surfaces, point, profiles, sections, everything, and how we can plot it ultimately and make it look good. So without much ado, let's go ahead with importing the points. So let's copy the data I have. I will copy this data. I prefer text file to create text file and import. So I will go to my tutorial folder and create a text file. So I will call this the tutorial data. Okay, and open this and paste the data. Okay, I pasted the data and then we say save it. Okay, let's close this one. So here we have the data, and I will copy this, the location of the file. So just copy this, click on here and copy it. I have even shown this in earlier. So this copy it and let's open Civil 3D. Okay, so Civil 3D. Once you have opened your Civil 3D, let's go ahead and create a new drawing file from the default using default template. So you say go to this icon and say new, and it will ask you to choose templates. I have my own templates and other templates as well here. Later we will see how to develop our templates also. So I will choose a metric default template that is with the Civil 3D installation and hit open. Once your drawing is open, now it's time to import the data. So go to this tool space, and in the prospector tab you can see the points. So right click and click on import create, and here we are importing points from a file. So we will click on this icon here, and then it will pop up a window where it asks you to import the file. Select the file, so you just click on this plus icon, and actually this opens to the file folder. If you haven't set up this location, then you can just put the link that we copied earlier. So we say control B and you have the link here, you say open, and it opens to that location, okay, where your data is. So just click the data, select the data and say open, and now we select our format. So as we remember, our file format is PENZD, like as you see PENZD. So we will select PENZD. Okay, and here you have selected this and said okay, keep everything else default and say okay. Okay, so once this this command line disappears, you should know that your data has been imported. Now it's disappeared, so I believe it has been imported. So let's hit 2, but we can't see the data yet, right? So hit Z and hit E to zoom extend so that we can view our data. So here you have your data. Just close this. Okay. Now when we zoom to a specific one, we can't see anything yet. Why is that? It's because of the style, point style, as we have discussed about this in previous video. So again, go to the tool space and you see all the points are here, in the point groups option. So right click and set properties, and from here in the point style you say it's basic, so this cross appears because of that, and point level styles it's none, so you can select depending upon that. So mostly we need the elevations here only. For descriptions you will need when you have a different kind of features on that line, but for this tutorial we will be focused on the ground. Whatever features that might be, all of them, almost all of them, form your terrain, that where you design your road. So I will just keep the elevations only and say apply, so that our elevation is displayed. You see all the elevation has been displayed. The customization to these were discussed in the previous tutorial. You can view, the link is in the description. Okay, so now what we can do is, now we have point, the next step is to create surface. It's actually in the logical order. So here you go to the surfaces, right click and say just create surface. So this will ask you to create a team surface. You just keep everything, you can even edit the name if you want. From here just edit your name. I will say tutorials for tit and surface. Okay, tutorial surface, and say okay. But we can't see anything yet. Here you will see a small icon, the plus icon has appeared and the surface has been created under surface, but the surface is not yet complete. We need to add the data here. No points data has been added yet. So go to the point group option and say right click and say add. Click on add and you add the all points. Okay, and say okay. Now your point has been created. Once you click on the model space, your points with the will create a surface and the contours will be displayed. The styles again can be adjusted. You can go to the tool space and right click on the surface and go to the surface properties. Then you will have the options how you want to display your points. I will just keep it default, for we are just going through the steps in this tutorial. So the more details will be displayed. I will talk about more details in later tutorials. Okay, so our surface is done. Now next step is to create an alignment. We can create an alignment from here to here or wherever you want. Okay, so let's go ahead and create an alignment. So click on the alignment option in create design ribbon on the home tab. Okay, so alignment creation tools, and you can name this alignment as well. I will name it as tutorial, TUTALIGN. Okay, and for site you just can keep none, and a style should be proposed or anything you want, and I will just display major and minor because all levels will make it cluttery. Okay, and say okay. So when you are creating style, these will serve as issue, because once we need to just turn on off your snap, so that we are not snapping to any points. It will be slow and it will create problems for us. As for this demonstration purpose, we will just choose, there are different methods to create an alignment. We will just do tangent with curve, so that it automatically adds curves. Okay, so I will start from here and I will just say, yeah, okay, go here, say here, here. Okay, just adding curves and just making it better. Just snap, and then okay, just keep going, and here. Okay, and hit enter once you are done. Now as you are done, the alignment has been created. So let's hide these points so that we can see it better. Okay, so go to the tool space again and right click on the properties, group properties, and say none, and this one also just none, and apply and say okay. So now you can see your alignment, road alignment with the changes, major changes has been marked at 20-meter intervals. Okay. So once your alignment is ready, let's click close this one. Your alignment is ready. The next step is to create a profile. So first we will create ground profile, that is existing profile, and then the design profile. So on your tab, home tab, in create design ribbon, you just click on the profile and say create surface profile, click it, and you will have options here. So alignment is already selected, the only one you have here, and surface also only one that we have, and there can be multiple alignments and multiple surfaces too. So for this case, we have only one, and select surface. We select this and say, okay, add here. We have already, so say add, and it adds the surface, to refer. And here you have the sample, the whole alignment from start to the changes specified here, and say, click on the draw in profile. Now another window will pop out and it will ask you for certain things. So select alignment, it's already selected. Profile view name, you can name it. You can say like, okay, tutorial, profile, I can say profile, and description you can add if any, and the default style, I will keep the default style as it is, and station range from beginning to end. Okay, it's automatic. You can specify how much you want, and even say like profile height, it's also automatic, 300 to 37, it's fine, no problem. You can even specify. And profile display options, this surface is right now, we don't have anything else. And data bands, we say okay, existing elevation and exist station, that's fine. Okay, this one we will later learn how to customize it. And this one, we only have only one profile, that will be the ground, so this is useless for right now. Okay, so let's say, and I say okay, create profile view. It will ask you to create, where you want to create it. So we just select it here somewhere. We have a little bit of space between them, and okay, so you just click it and you have the profile. You see the line, the red line is the ground profile following your alignment, here sections. And down there you have changes and the surfaces. So you see two elevations here. These are nothing, just existing and the design. So we can later change it to display existing and design profile side by side. Okay, now your ground profile, the existing profile has been generated. Next step is to create your design profile. Okay, for that, before doing that, let's switch off, turn off this extra line, these minor lines. So let's just select this, and then go to the profile view properties. The contextual option, whenever you select anything in Civil 3D, there will be contextual options. So here, in when you are when a new window pops up, you have object style. Go to edit object style and go to the display option. Okay, from here go to display option and find the top axis. Now you can find grid, vertical grid option. So minor, turn off the minor grid, and horizontal grid also. Okay, so that there will be a little bit more space and less lines. So you say apply. Okay, and okay, so now it's better, it's more better, better to view. Now we will create a profile. So go to design profile, so go to the profile again and drop down and use the next, this time you say profile creation tools. This will pop up a window before, but you have to select before which profile view. So this one, so we select this profile. Now this will pop up a window, and here again you can, the alignment is already selected, the create profile, design profile. So you say tut, and I will say underscore dsn for design profile. Okay, and select style. This is design profile already selected. You can change it, nothing, this is nothing, and I will not like to okay, let it be displayed. Okay, complete level style. So okay, now you have a similar option to that we what we had in the alignment when we were creating alignment. Okay, so again, for this purpose, this is just a simple tutorial. So for this one, I will just select draw tangents with curves. Okay, so that it automatically adds curves. So we will begin from we'll turn on the snap button, and then so that I can snap to start, and somewhere I will snap it here, and now I think I better turn off the snap, and then I will just draw a rough profile. Just want to I will also want to balance the cut and fill, and would also like to would also like to this profile to have you see how much is the percentage, 6.25%. So the gradient is pretty high. So this one, for this tutorial, we will keep it like this. There's no issue with this. Later we will delve in deeper aspects of the design, and then we will see how to adjust these. Okay, so now you have alignment, profile, ground profile, and the design profile as well. Okay, now the next step is to let's close this one, and now the next step is to create an assembly so that we can create a corridor. Okay, so for that we go to this you have on the home tab you have a option here, tool palettes. The tool palette is turned on currently, so here I can find it here. So here I will create assembly. These are the default assembly. You can create your own assembly as well. So we will, in the later tutorials, I will show you how to create your own assembly. For this we will choose a default one, the basic one. Okay, just choose basic and place it somewhere here so that it's easy for me to find out, because it will zoom and it will be smaller. So I just click it. Okay, you see this one, and I say skip once I have created one. Okay, this is just basically showing it's completed successfully. Okay, so here I have an assembly with the carriageway, curbs, and sidewalks, and even the embankment in cut and fill. Okay, in the both side. So this is the basic row assembly. Okay, we have the assembly also. Now next step after this is to build a corridor based using this assembly, following the alignment. This is horizontal alignment. This is for the vertical design. Okay, so both are here. So now we have alignment 2. So let's go ahead and say in the corridor, go ahead and say corridor, click corridor. So this will create a new corridor. You can select, you can again rename it, say tutorial corridor. Okay, I will say tutorial corridor. Style is basic, alignment and profile. Baseline is alignment and profile. Okay, alignment we have and profile we have already. So alignment is this, and the design profile is the design profile. Assembly we just have only one. We select the base assembly, and target surface for this will our surface, which is the ground. Okay, and set baseline and vision parameter, we keep it default and say okay. Now another window will pop up. We have already selected all the targets and everything, so we say just okay, and it will say rebuild corridor. So no problem, we just say okay, rebuild, and it will build a corridor for us. Okay, so now the corridor has been built. Okay, so you see the road is ready. Okay, it has been built. So these parts where you see the it is in red, it is by default cut part. The ones which are in green are fill part. Okay, so these parts are fill, and these parts are in cut. You can verify this by using, by you say okay 880. So we go to the profile view and say 880. So from where here you see this is cut part. Okay, and where there is fill part, it will be in green. You see these parts are in fill. Okay, so this is reflected here, and you see the outer line. outer line, which these lines, outer lines, they are just signifying the embankment, two of the embankment as per the design, our assembly, as per our assembly. Okay, now this assembly also can be customized. We will see that later videos. Now the next step, once we have corridor, the next step is actually let me show you something very interesting. Just select this, and you can, from object viewer, click on object viewer, and then you can see your road in 3D rendered somewhat. You see. Okay, let's close this one. And okay, so you have this corridor. Next step is to create sample lines. Okay, so now we need cross sections at each 20 meter. Okay, so for that, just here in the home tab again, we have sample lines options in profile and section views ribbon. So click on the sample lines, and now it is asking to create select the alignment. We can just hit enter, and the alignment will pop out, and we select the tutorial alignment. Okay, so alignment has been set. Again, a window pops up. You name it. I will name it as tutorial underscore algm. Okay, okay, alignment. And you see, what is it sampling? Road sample line. It is a road sample. The style is this, like the name style is like this. It's just there. And the data is sources is sampling, which has just corridor data and the surface data. Okay, so we say okay, and now it is asking for us where it starts. So I will say from range of station. By range of station, I will go here in the offset and say by range of station. So a new window will pop up, and then it will ask for the for the inputs. So here I'm saying it starts from beginning, start from start, so 0, and end to the end part of the station. Okay, and the width I will, it's 20 meter. You can keep 20, or you can say, I will say okay, like 30 meter, because sometimes it is far beyond that, so so that it samples all these parts. And for other options, I will just keep it as default for now, and say okay. So okay, so but we missed one thing, you know we actually did not added a sample line at the beginning. Okay, so we need to add this line at the beginning. We say enter, uh, say okay, and this one is actually tutorial the alignment. Everything is similar. Okay, and then you say like a range of station. Okay, and from beginning it starts, and add additional at start. This should be true, and like earlier, okay, it's be like 30. This we can it depends upon your data, how much it is going beyond your the alignment. Okay, so now say okay. So it starts from start, and it goes till end. Okay, so now you have all the points. So you say enter, and the line, the sample line is created. Next step is, once you have the sample line, the next step is to create section on each part. So now we go to the section views in same ribbon as previous one, and say create multiple views. We want to create all the views. Okay, so once you choose that one, a screen pops up, and you can name again the section which has been already selected, automatic from start to end, and you select this all and name your section like whatever you want to name. I would say okay, tutorial section. Okay, so naming is very important. This I will explain in later videos again. So section placement, you can place your section wherever you want. The production template you can choose. I just keep it as like A1. Okay, these are default, and you can create your own as well. Okay, so and then again go to the offset range. We see 30 to 30, no problem. Elevation range, it varies for each section, it will be different. Okay, and the section display, we have only two options, and just keep it like that. And data bands, we will not offset only, we will say okay, standard. Okay, or measure offset station and elevations. Okay, so that it has existing elevation, design, finished ground levels and offsets. Okay, now we can say okay, create section views. Again, it will ask you the location to create, so I will just put here, so everything is together, and in no time it will create all your sections. Okay, from beginning to start, you can see here the sections has been created. These are at 0 0. This is it's like this. Okay, so it's 20, 40, each 20-meter interval, it has already created sections. Okay, and it put in the A1 display as well. We'll see this in the later videos. Now you have sections. Next step after this part is to actually generate but before that, let's go ahead. Yeah, next step is to create the volume report. Okay, how much is the quantity of cut and fill? For that we need another surface, which is, you have a ground surface here, you know so we need a surface that traces these, so that we compare that traces the finished level of the ground, finished level of our road, you know and then it can compare with the uh, ground level and give us the volume of cut and fill everywhere throughout the alignment. Okay, so for that we have to create a surface. So for that, just go ahead and select select the corridor. Okay, so we go there, and in the corridor option, go in the tool space, and the corridor option, you just choose this corridor, and you say, for this you just go ahead and say properties of the corridor. Okay, so properties, the option will pop out, and you go to the surfaces. Okay, so here you see there's no surfaces, so we go to this option, the first option here, the small icon which says create corridor. When you hover over it, it will say create a corridor surface. So just let's click on this, and it will say create corridor option. Okay, we will keep everything default, and now we will add data to it. The surface is there, the data has to be there, like we did with the points. Like we created a surface and then we added points here. For this we need links, and the links, which will be the top links, we want the top of the our surface. So say top links and say plus. So okay, this is added. So now your surface, once you click it, your surface has been created. It will show here, you see there is a change. This is the surface, this is surface that has been created. Okay, okay, skip it, skip. And now we have surface, but we haven't sampled it into our cross sections. So sample line is not sampling that one, so we need to add it. So click, select one of the sample lines, and then you will have contextual option to sample more sources. Okay, so click on the sample more surface, and here you have corridor surface, and you say add. So this is added, and this is what our finished surface. So we can change this style to finish, so that we can distinguish between the existing and the finished surface, the ground surface. And okay, now you say apply, or okay or apply, no problem, it will actually apply it. And now hit escape. So we deselect this and go to our our sections. Here right now you will see the existing elevation, this one here, and the proposed elevation, both are same, right? But it should be different, right? It's not the same. Okay, here it's same. So select one of the cross sections. Now contextual option will pop up, and you say view group properties, you select drop down and select first one, or directly the on that one. So here you go to the sections, sorry, section views, and here you have option for this change band set. So click on these three dots and option will pop up. So here, as you can see, existing elevation. So this one is for existing elevation. This one is for ground, finished ground level, but and this one is offset. But even on the finished ground level, which surface is it is set to is the surface of the ground. So if you just click on that, this particular one, it will have you will have option to select the other surface. So you just click this surface. Okay, selected. Now you say okay, and if you say apply, you will see the difference. You see the difference. You will have the surfaces. So actually right now we have the levels at 10 meters intervals. I will in later tutorial I will show how to customize these wherever you want it, either at breakpoints or at a certain intervals like 1 meter or 2 meter, whatever you can set. So okay, now we have the surface, two surfaces. We have one for the corridor top, this corridor top, and a ground surface. Now we can generate a volume report. So we just select on any of these and you say compute materials, compute materials here from the contextual, and you have to this alignment, okay, this line group of this, and they say okay. Here now existing surface. So existing surface for this one is the existing surface is our surface, right? And the datum surface is our corridor. Okay, actually when it is in fill, okay, so the top of your road is um, the reference surface to calculate, but in the cut, if it is the top of your road to calculate the volume, then it is actually wrong. So you have to create another surface as well, which links to the bottom. That I will show you in later video. For this video, let's keep it simple, and we just selected these surfaces to compare with and say, okay, okay, now, okay, you will see the hats will appear. Okay, you see the hats appears here. This is, in fill, and when you have surfaces in cut, the red is marked. Okay, so this is marked. The thing I was talking about is, you see, this is actually taking the top surface. So this is cut, but actually we need to cut till the bottom of this one, right? So this is wrong. We will see how to adjust it, but at least you know the basic from this tutorial. My target is to let make you familiar with the basics first. Okay, just steps step by step. Okay, so now we just select any of this section, and say generate volume report. Okay, generate volume report, and it will pop up a window again and say select alignment. This also selected material list one, and from here you can choose your whatever you want, the type of style you want. I will keep it default for this tutorial and say okay. Even you can import export as XML report to the, okay, say let's display XML report and say okay. So it will open in your default browser as a report. So here you see it will open as a report. So from here 00 is nothing, but when it reaches the 10 is 20, you have the cumulative net volume here. Okay, fill volume actually is in fill. So from 0 to 20, how much is the fill will be displayed. So that's all for this video. you know so hope you have learned a few things in this video. If you have, then please like and share with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and comment what tutorial where you didn't understand, what you want regarding the customizations. I will talk about all of these customizations, and ultimately we will be able to create our own template, customized template for Civil 3D, which you can use in future designs. So everything, basically everything in Civil 3D is customizable, with the styles and everything. It's just logical. So for this tutorial, this much, and see you guys in the next tutorial. Till then, enjoy.